Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first review for Season 2 of Better Call Saul. This one is for Season 2, Episode 1, the premiere episode, which is called Switch. And spoiler warning, if you didn't get to see the episode last night, you'll probably want to watch it before you watch this review. That said, for a season premiere for this episode, I wasn't as impressed with this one as I was with Season 1's premiere, Season 1, Episode 1. Still keeping true to Breaking Bad, still in the same universe, of course, as Breaking Bad. In this one, we got to see a lot of things that were very similar to the first season. So, the beginning of the episode, they started with us getting to see the future. I guess I should put it over here, future on the right side. Future Jimmy, Slippin' Jimmy, future Saul Goodman, as he's working at a Cinnabon, and he seems to be kind of like maybe the manager there, that type of deal, working with some teenagers, that kind of thing. Tells them to have a good night as they go home, and then he goes to head out to put out the trash. He does, but then the door kind of swings shut on him. He has a way to get out, which is the emergency exit. However, if he does that, the cops are going to show up and everything. The alarms will go off, and of course, he is wanted. So after what happened with Walter, we can conclude, after all that craziness, that, of course, him having to disappear, he's going to try to avoid the cops as best he can. So instead he waits, and he writes, SG was here on the wall, and then he goes back, to continue. Then we get the intro, and we swap back to the sort of present, or the, I guess it would be the past, but present in terms of like, Better Call Saul timeline with what's happening with his past from Breaking Bad time is the part with, of course, after the first season, you see him and his brother Chuck and what happens with him, and Chuck basically screwing him over, right? Because he... he's got that ego thing. He's got that brotherly thing where he's the smart brother in this sibling rivalry where his brother could never outdo him or do better than him or anything. So he undermines him. From the promo from this one, it looks like we may see more of that, as Chuck may be like our main villain once he finds out that Saul or Jimmy actually has a full-on like attorney position, lawyer job with Davis and Maine, who looks like Hamlin hooked him up with. So Hamlin kind of, it was a nice twist in the end of the first season where we thought he was like the big bad, so to speak, of Better Call Saul. We thought he was the bad guy, our main villain. And the nice twist ends up showing it that, no, it's closer to home than that. It's actually Hamlin's actions are actually being determined by his brother Chuck, who, of course, he's helping because his brother is a recluse. And you guys remember all that good stuff from the first season. Well, it looks like from the promo that his brother's going to get over that because of this sibling rivalry and maybe head out to undermine Jimmy's work. The majority of this episode, okay, so I'll read the description. We'll go through it together. In the present, Jimmy, under his Gene persona in Omaha, Nebraska, accidentally locks himself into the mall's dumpster room. When he's finally let out, he leaves behind the words "SG was here" carved in the wall. Back in 2002, Jimmy decides to decline Davis and Maine's employment offer, and he closes down his practice. Kim confronts Jimmy about his odd behavior, but Jimmy is adamant about leaving law practice. Instead, Jimmy ropes Kim into conning a stock trader into paying their bar tab. Thrilled by the experience, Kim spends the night with Jimmy. Meanwhile, Price fires Mike since he believes he no longer needs a bodyguard. Nacho takes advantage of Mike's absence to steal Price's personal information sometime later. Price's house is burglarized, of course, and he calls the police. However, the responding officers are suspicious about the nature of the burglary and investigate further, finding a hidden compartment behind Price's couch. After some thought on the matter and another talk with Kim, Jimmy changes his mind and decides to take the job with Davis and Maine. And that's basically the end of the episode. It ends with him flipping the switch that it says, do not flip this switch, basically, and he does it. He goes the other way. He does what he's not supposed to do, just for the thrill, I guess, or just because he's got this, whatever this urge is that he has for chaos and just to go the other way when it comes to doing the right thing or the wrong thing. He kind of wants to go in the middle, probably closer to the wrong thing. That's all. That's Jimmy. So as a premiere, this was an okay premiere. It was not a fantastic premiere. It was not as good as the first seasons. It wasn't as good as the finale for season 1. I'm not exactly sure why. First season kind of blew me away for Better Call Saul. Had kind of high hopes for season 2. I know I haven't done too many videos talking about it, but that's because we haven't had many trailers that have just blown me away. The coolest thing they probably released is where he's got like this little clip where he can go right or left and he smashes through the middle. So going off a cliff. It's just fun. So, I mean, that's the episode summary. I like the stuff with Dan. I thought that was funny where he's totally just total buffoon. Mike realizes he's got to walk away. This guy's totally going to get himself screwed, and he's not listening to him, and he's going to get himself arrested, of course. Nacho really doesn't care, is willing to, steal from him, do whatever he feels like doing. I'm surprised he didn't steal his Hummer. I thought he was probably going to steal his Hummer and maybe just kill him or something, but he doesn't. Instead, he takes the easy way out and he just steals, goes back to his place when he's not there and steals all of his baseball cards, and money, as we're to assume, and maybe pills if he's got any more too as well. So, and then, of course, he lets the cops know that he works at a pharmaceutical place, this kind of deal. He's got a Hummer, all this stuff. They put 2 and 2 together. So he's going to have himself in some trouble. Maybe he'll need a lawyer. We'll see what happens with that if it somehow, combines with our main story soon. I think it probably will. So 10 episodes this season coming up. First one is okay. Give it a score. I'm going to give it a 7. It's decent. Not great. Not horrible or anything. It was fun. It was fun to see, Jimmy and Kim having some fun with the jerk-off stock broker. So that was funny. But, aside from that, it didn't have as much comedy as some of the episodes from Season 1. It didn't intrigue me as much as Season 1. And I hope that the rest of Season 2 is a little bit better because I don't want the show to get canceled because I love Better Call Saul. It's a great first season. Excited to see what they do with Chuck. Excited to see what they do with the show and kind of what the general direction will be for the show. And also how many seasons they're going to get out of it. That's the big question. Like how many seasons can they get out of Saul? Will they ever take the story into the future and have, and let us spend some time, like have a season with the future Saul? It'll be interesting to see, Jimmy. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode. It didn't blow me away. Let me hear what I want to write your comments below. I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think about this one? Was it just okay for you two? Was it amazing, hilarious, or awful? It's just okay for me. So if you guys liked this review, you can go ahead and thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, you can share, you can fave. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see my reviews for Walking Dead, Better Call Saul, all kinds of AMC goodness. I'll probably review. Last year I reviewed almost every episode of Better Call Saul. I'd like to do it again this year, but if the episodes aren't that good, I may not. So we'll see. Love Breaking Bad. Reviewed every episode of Breaking Bad. This one was just a little weak for me. Let me know what you guys think. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys again for Walking Dead video tomorrow. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.